like to welcome you back to another edition of Our Take on Cruise with Roger and Shannon.
Or Shannon and Roger.
My name's Roger Blum with Cruise and Port Advisors, and I am back again with
Shannon McKee of Access Cruise. It's been busy. I was away for a few weeks. We got back together. I brought you a very special present all the way from Japan.
Okay, this is really something Chocolate. It's Kit Kat's wasabi flavored Kit Kats, which I have not opened yet. Everyone wants me to try it, but in case my mouth explodes, I figured I would wait until after we film this.
Well, apparently it's a thing. You can only get it at this one gift shop, is what our guide told us. So I made sure to get you something very special, very Japanese, and I figured you like sushi and wasabi, so why not combine that with the Kit Kat and chocolate, your favorite.
So I will let everybody know how this is, but in the meantime, this is very special. So thank you very much. No one's ever brought me this before. But a lot's been happening while you were away. The cruise industry did not stop because you went to Japan.
Can you believe it?
There's been a lot of cool stuff.
You know, we talked about all the associations. I think there needs to be an association in Japan of cruising, because there's a lot of cruise ports in Japan. I think that's something they need to start working on, because we just saw that the South Koreans formed their South Korean Cruise Korea Association.
Yeah.
We've got the Med Cruise formed another subcommittee with the associations. I think the Japanese also need an association, because I would like to cruise around Japan, not just cruise through Japan.
You're suggesting this because it's good for Japan, or it gives you another reason to go back to Japan?
Both.
Okay. When you're shopping, I'll let you know.
And speaking of being on that side of the world, there was some big news with Carnival Australia, right? P&O Australia?
Yes. So this is really an interesting bit of news. For the last couple of years, we've been talking about how Carnival Cruise Lines within the corporation, and the corporation doesn't give information on the individual lines, but it's been obvious that Carnival Cruise Lines has been doing good. 3 of the Costa ships got transferred over to them. Carnival Cruise Lines, there was a couple times we brought it up as far as how many ships they've added. Well, P&O Australia, which has been around for about 100 years, is actually going to cease operations and be folded in to Carnival Cruise Lines. So they currently have 3 ships. 1 ship is going to go away, and the other remaining 2 ships will stay under the Carnival Cruise Lines banner.
I think it's a good move. I mean, as we see, you hear so many good things coming out of Carnival Cruise Line. They've got great yields, as they've been reporting for Carnival Cruise Line. Their marketing machine that's behind them, they took over the ships from Costa, and this is just 2 more to add to their fleet.
Well, it's actually it's another line, and I agree with you. It's definitely a tremendous reflection on how great Carnival Cruise Lines is doing. But it's interesting that the 2 P&O ships, they say, will continue to be the same as they are now on board. So even though they're going to be Carnival Cruise Lines, for those people who really love that P&O Australia experience, they're still going to have it on these 2 ships. So it'll be interesting.
Well, maybe they'll add some new ships over there too.
Well, the other thing is the market is tough over there. The competition is tough.
Yeah.
There's just not as many people in Australia as there are in other places. So we'll see, but it's a great move. And again, congratulations to Carnival. I think I saw, and I counted up, that that's going to be 8 ships added to the Carnival Cruise Lines fleet since the return of cruising after the pandemic. 8 ships, and these are not little ships. These are big ships.
Well, they must be doing something right, because they're able to fill them, right?
That's the bottom line. Speaking of Carnival, the Port Miami. I almost said Port of Miami. I'm still kind of old-fashioned in that. Port Miami inaugurated their first shore power.
Congratulations, Port Miami. That was very exciting news.
And I think it was Carnival Conquest was the first ship ever to plug in. They will have shore power now in 5 terminals, which is the largest shore power installation on the east coast of the United States. Matter of fact, it's only the second one. Brooklyn was the first one with 1 place. So Port Miami has this, and that's a big step towards the future.
Well, I mean, Miami is the cruise capital of the world, is it not?
It is, and shore power really is the way that the world is going in the future. We need to take care of our climate, and I think the cruise industry is really trying to do its part.
Yeah. You know, the other thing that I saw this past week was we see some changes again in leadership. Not that it's happening right away, but MSC USA, Ruben Rodriguez is going to be stepping down in the next year, about a year from now, I guess it is.
May 25.
May 2025, and we're going to see Lynn Torrent taking the lead on MSC in the USA.
Well, Lynn really has a tremendous amount of experience. She was with Costa before. She spent a long time that I got to know her when she was with Carnival. She definitely knows what she's doing. So congratulations, Lynn. And Ruben is a guy who I think a lot of people know now. He's done great. I find it hard to believe he's going to retire because I just saw Ruben a couple months ago and he's as full of energy and hasn't changed since the first time I met him.
And then I wanted to give a shout out because one of my old colleagues, I shouldn't say old, I should never say that.
Long time.
One of my former colleagues from Norwegian Cruise Line is re-entering the cruise industry, and it's good to see her back, which is Meg Lee. She's going to be joining the Azamara team. So big shout out to Meg Lee and welcome back, and we'll see you here on the Grove very soon.
And I've got one quick fun fact. Back to our story about P&O Australia. P&O Australia absorbed a company called Sitmar Cruises. And I think everyone knows that who's in the North American market. The Sitmar here became part of Princess. At the same time, Sitmar there was absorbed into P&O Australia.
Okay.
And for a while, maybe 40 years ago, I'm not sure even how long, I don't remember, Sitmar Cruises advertised themselves in Australia as the fun ships. So they've come the full circle. The fun ships absorbed, and now they will again be the fun ships, probably without having to deal with lawyers saying you can't say that.
Well, now there you go. The fun ships all the way around.
And I'm sure some of my friends in Australia will know that. So,
see you next week.
bye everybody.
Bye.